everybody, it's Annie Cyrus. Welcome to my art studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. Finish this painting, but I'm sure, or at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Love Up to Freedom, and thank you so much for joining me today. As always, let me go ahead and make a few quick announcements to answer a question that was on Lindell TV yesterday on Frank's speech. I'm not sure if they heard the answer because I came back after we were already cut off on Frank's speech. So if you are watching this program on Frank's speech or Lindell TV, we get cut off. We only have 30 minutes there, but this program is 1 full hour. So you can either come over to any other platform that continues the live feed. That would be YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and now today we're officially live on Rumble. For everyone who asked me to move over to Rumble, there we are. We are live on Rumble. And or you can always watch the archive on any of those channels or on Live Up to Freedom. And also this program does run on wvwtv.com, wvwtv.com from 5 to 6 p.m. However, I need to add that starting March, the program that is 5 to 6 p.m. on wvwtv.com will be its own programming. So I will make an announcement as we get close. And then, as always, please do share this feed wherever you're watching. And I'm going to take a few minutes to go over a few things of what I understand has been, I'm not the best. I don't do the best plugging. So here we go. Let me see if I can do this. This is my website, liveuptofreedom.com, liveuptofreedom.com, where you can find all of my recent videos, all the programming, access to my artist store, access to our product merchandise. These are the sponsor links here. And then if you want to go to our PayPal. Now up here, if you click Annie's artist store, it's going to take you to my Etsy channel where you can purchase art. The promo code you can use is Frank. I am a little low on inventory, and as you can see, most of these items is in some of these carts, but I will be adding our product. Now back to the website. Pardon, this is the website. If you would click on a store right here, it will take you to our merchandise where we have t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs. I think right now we're doing the Knight Templar, the LUTF, Let's Be Frank, and Islam Cannot Coexist designs. This is where you can get our merchandise. All of these ways, it's a way to support what I do about 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. These are some ways to support, or you can just click here, make a donation. For those of you who do not do PayPal, that's all right. Today, before coming on air, I was able to create a Give, Send, Go account on a monthly basis. So all you got to do is go to givesendgo.com/LUTF, and you'll be able to make a contribution either on a monthly basis or just one time. Also, I finally managed to create my locals account. For those of you who are familiar with locals, is where I will be posting exclusive programming, articles, videos, live feeds. That's where the paid wall is. And the community name is Americans First. So the link for it is americansfirst.locals. locals.com. I will add that soon to my website so it's easier to access. But I figured if I go over all of this, so basically, root liveuptofreedom.com. Go to liveuptofreedom.com, links to everything else. Hi, Karen. Hello, Tammy. And I will keep my eyes on the comment section of Rumble. If I miss anything, do pardon me on Rumble. I am still kind of sort of getting used to working with Rumble. Okay, so hopefully that answered some questions. On all platforms, on YouTube and Rumble, you can find me on Aki News, ACU News. Again, all of the links on top of, actually, let me put this back on. I forgot to point this out. Right here on the very top, let me see if I can use, right on top right side, all of the links to other social media. I'm working on adding the other ones in there, but typically Facebook, Instagram, PayPal, Telegram, Twitter, and YouTube links are right here on my website. You can just access them easily. And as I said, I will add the rest of them in there. I will try to do that by end of today. Good afternoon, Alex. Good to see you. I will add those. So again, just go to liveuptofreedom.com. While we're at it, right here, you see where it says email. Join our email list. You don't even need to put any other information. Just put your email address here and click subscribe. Click subscribe, and you become a subscriber for free to our mailing list, where we send out one email every Saturday that gives you all the updates, all the all the things we've done during the week. So there you have it. Again, it's pretty simple. Liveuptofreedom.com is where everything is right there on the homepage, and you'll be able to find them. Either you want to subscribe, if you want to donate, if you want to purchase, if you want to share the videos, right there. Perfect. Okay, so now to the topic. Now to the topic. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the case of Jihadi George. I made sure to actually, I got the information as always on jihadwatch.org. So here, let's put that on the screen also so I don't miss much. I will literally scroll through this. This is jihadwatch.org. You can see jihadwatch.org. So this is Jihadi George, British-born ISIS killer. If I would just, put it in a simple terms, this man was arrested and detained and convicted for killing in Syria for ISIS. So seems like now he has literally mysteriously vanished. Let me read through this so I don't jump all over the place. A member of the notorious ISIS terror cell, dubbed as the Beatles, Alexander Cody, I guess is how you pronounce his real name, 39, who was serving a life sentence for the kidnap, torture, and murder of foreign journalists. It's not just one, journalists and aid workers in Syria, on Thursday disappeared from the U.S. Federal Bureau of Prisons record. According to emerging reports on January 12, also termed as the Jihadi George, the native of London was nowhere to be found on the custody record of Pennsylvania's high-security Cannon prison, as he mysteriously vanished. The rest is when he was convicted and when he was arrested and all of that. Again, you can go to jihadwatch.org for the rest of the story. But, so Jihadi George vanished. For last few years, we have had, jihadis traded as prison trade or prisoners trade, sorry. We have had their conviction overturned to something. For example, the Boston Marathon bombing was, from execution to life in prison. We have had all of that building up to now vanishing. Number one question, as someone on the YouTube commented, never heard of him. That on its own, it's, and by the way, don't feel bad because you're not the only one that you has not heard of him. His case went very unnoticed, like many other ISIS brides and ISIS jihadis and ISIS murderers cases that are going very unnoticed. Um, but now also his escape is going very unnoticed. I don't know if you've heard of it anywhere else because I haven't. Jihad Watch released the information, and I'm the first on camera journalist to talk about it. Somebody helped him escape. I think this wasn't about somebody. You see, the report isn't saying that he escaped. He escaped, he vanished, but then the record also vanished. He doesn't exist on the record. His arrest, his trial, his conviction, his judgment, it doesn't exist. They wiped it off. By day, this comes to now, which organization was it? I can't pinpoint. I don't have enough fact and evidence to say that. However, this was an internal work. This wasn't somebody from ISIS came and planned a rescue prison break for this guy. No, everything has been wiped. They have no record of this guy ever being arrested, ever being detained, ever being through a trial, ever being convicted. This is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. When 7 years ago until today, Annie Cyrus is acting like a crazy tinfoil hat woman screaming Islamization, conquer of Western countries, it was like, oh, come on, just a couple of bad experiences. We are at a point where a murderer, not one, as you saw, kidnap of journalists and aid workers. This man kidnapped, tortured, and killed those who went to Syria to help people, the humanitarian workers. This wasn't about politics. This wasn't some jihadi who got upset with some Congress member who said we need to ban Sharia. No, this was a murderer, an ISIS soldier who killed the humanitarian workers who were there to simply help their fellow humans. This man has vanished. Just like that. Vanished. Poof. Gone. And his record vanished. Nobody knows where the documentation is. There's no paper trail. There's no computer trail. There's no database. There's no file saved somewhere on a flash drive anywhere. Wiped clean. Gone. Should that call for concern? No. This should call for absolute outrage. Every single Americans, including Muslim Americans, should be outraged, demanding an answer from the government right this very moment. And then every American, including Muslims, leftists, rightists, middleists, whatever, should be demanding from mainstream media and alternative media where is the coverage of this news? Why are you not putting this out there? Why are you not informing Americans, especially Pennsylvania residents, that a murderer, ISIS soldier might be in your backyard, in your basement, on your roof, in your car? I don't know. Do you know? Because I don't. I know where he's at. They don't know where he's at. I don't believe they don't know where he's at. Was he already shipped out of the country? Back to Syria? Back to UK? Are people of UK being informed of this news? Do they know their fellow British-born ISIS soldier vanished? How long until we hear on the news that this very man, Jihadi George, attacked and killed more people somewhere else? Pennsylvania, I don't know, New York, Ohio, Nebraska, Iowa, London, Manchester, I don't know where. This happens. This is the result of, let me gather my thoughts properly here. This is the result of denying the problem. This is the result of putting all of focus and concentration on one topic only. As we discussed, me and Brennan House a while ago, is that alternative media, conservative media, mainstream media, every outlet is so busy concentrating on the red part of red green axis. There are very few of us, maybe five of us out here, trying to emphasize that the green side exists too. The green side, being Islam, is going unnoticed because the red side, being Marxist, is being highlighted all across the globe. Again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be highlighted. I'm saying that it's a parallel deal. It's called the red green axis. It's not double red, half green axis. It's red green axis. Both side needs to be always exposed and covered. His arrest went unnoticed. His trial went unnoticed. Now his entire existence, record, judgment, prison cell, and his physical existence vanished, and it's still going uncovered and unnoticed. Now, I don't know how far this live stream is going to go. I don't know how many of you are clicking on that share button and writing like breaking news, a murderer ISIS soldiers on the streets of nobody knows where, and it vanished. It vanished magically. But I think every citizen of America, resident of Pennsylvania, priority, and all people of UK should be very quickly, like literally, we should have been getting calls right now from what was it called, Prison Bureau of whatever. Hey, listen, we're missing a very dangerous kidnapper, torturer, and a murderer. We're missing. Now we tell you, I'll tell you what, they're not telling you because the first question is how, right? This is how the cover up happens. This is clearly, you don't even have to be an expert. You don't have to be an investigative journalist. All you need to think is how. There was no prison break. He didn't disappear in a transfer. They weren't transferring him to another location and then a bunch of other ISIS members pulled their guns and kidnapped him. He literally just vanished. So it's very clear. It's an inside job. Now, how many people are going to ask the question? How many people are going to contact? I need to pull this up because I can't remember what bureau was it. So hold on. It's, what was it, guys? BOP, the Federal Bureau of Prisons. How many are going to call and contact the Federal Bureau of Prisons and say, so, what's your next move? What's your next move? We're just going to add another name to most wanted? Like the rest of most wanted, like the Taliban leaders most wanted, who we are dealing with in diplomacy and country negotiation, even though their name is on our most wanted on FBI. Did you know that, by the ways? Because four of the leaders, the government of Taliban in Afghanistan are in our most wanted list. Four of them. And out of those four, two of them are involved with international negotiations and other country communication and sit downs and making deals. Our representatives are sitting in the same room with these two people, talking and negotiating and legitimizing their government, but nobody's arresting them. We still have award money for any leads that would, lead to the capture of these two when we're in the same room with them. How ironically and tragically ridiculous is that? And we somehow, somewhere supposed to trust this government, right? And by this, I mean our American government. By the way, due to this live stream, let me repeat, I am on Rumble. So if you don't hear or see me tomorrow on YouTube or Facebook, head over to Rumble or head over to Lindell TV. You catch the first half an hour on Lindell TV, the full hour on Rumble. Just in case, because you know where I'm going. There's a good chance I might get a strike or get banned or whatever. But the point is, one by one, these proven, listen, no, this isn't about Muslims. This is about proven individuals who one way or another have committed kidnapping, torture, murder. They are soldiers of Islam. By definition, they have proven that when set free, when available, they will kill, kidnap, torture more people. And now, as I said, four of Taliban's Emirat of Islamic Emirat of Afghanistan members are on most wanted list, and we aren't touching them. Not only we're not touching them, but we're actually doing business with them. And now we have Jihadi George out there. As I said, how many of us are yes, Tammy, Federal Bureau of Prisons. I will put this back on the screen. Hopefully I can. No, I can't. Okay, here we go. So right here it says all of the records, there you go, disappeared from the U.S. Federal Bureau of Prisons, BOP record. There you go. The name of the person, apparently he's known as Jihadi George, he's known as the Beatles, and his real given name, British born name, is right there, Alexander Cody, or however you might pronounce that. There you go. I'm going to leave this here. Again, you can go to jihadwatch.org, jihadwatch.org, and you'll find the article with all the information. But yes, this person was detained in Pennsylvania high security, there you go, Cannon prison. And he's gone. So is his record from the U.S. Federal Bureau of Prison. Boom. So you're very welcome, Tammy. Karen, everybody, my Rumble channel is, what is my Rumble channel? That's a ACU News, or just look up Annie Cyrus Unfiltered. Both would take you there. ACU News or Annie Cyrus Unfiltered. Okay, back over here. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with all the comments that are not within my software, which is Frank Speech Lindell TV in Rumble. Fantastic. Thank you, Krissa. She just put the link to my Rumble right here on chat. That is a very good point, Karen. Let me see if I can put this on. Thank you, because I wasn't even paying enough attention to this. Yes, we have American citizens, political prisoners, January 6th. Not even charged, not even found guilty. They don't even know what they're doing in prison. Can't even get a court date or meet their families or lawyers or any reporters. But we have Jihadi George, boom, vanish. Again, I repeat, it's one thing that he vanished. It is a whole different case when his entire record vanished. It's not just him gone. He's gone. His entire record is gone. Where, whom paid how much for this transaction? Because I will not, under no circumstances, sit here and pretend in any shape or form that this was not a full-on operation. Could be Mike. It could very well be CIA. It could be FBI. It could be Biden regime. It could be anyone. At this point, who do you trust? Seriously, who do you trust? Because I don't trust any of them. And it's getting worse and worse by moment, worse and worse by day. At this point, again, it goes back to the lack of reaction from us Americans have boldened these people, these corrupt individuals that formed the corrupt organization that is operating under the corrupt regime, to a point of pulling this off. We have lacked questioning our government and their organizations so far that they are resting assured that nobody's going to ask the question. I mean, there's this Annie Cyrus girl who's going to talk. A couple hundred people are going to listen to her, and then they're going to move on with their life, and it's the end of the story. It's not like anybody's going to go after it, right? Because I'm pretty sure, Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, nor the left side are going to talk about this. I'm pretty sure even the alternative media like Newsmax or OAN are not going to call me and say, hey, what is this report all about, right? They're not going to sit there and talk about it either. So, by definition of rest assured. By the way, somebody said something. Am I mispronouncing definition? I don't think I am. It's definition. Anyways, never mind that. They are not worried about what they're doing. Well, I appreciate that, and I will always be here for as long as I can. I want to emphasize I have moved over to Rumble. I am streaming on Rumble right now. So if I'm not live on any either YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, that means they put a gag order on me. That doesn't mean I'm not airing anymore. Move over, please. Move over to Rumble. Subscribe to my Rumble channel. The link is on the comment section. The channel name is Annie Cyrus Unfiltered or ACU News. Either one will take you to my channel. I'm over there. So make sure to move over because I kind of figured as I continue these streams, one way or another, they're going to catch me. Well, Twitter supposedly is by Elon Musk now, so they're not supposed to censor me, but I've been shadow banned recently over there. And I will keep adding more platforms as I do. Oh, I was going to say this before I continue. If you are on Getter, I think that's how you pronounce it. I am over there as well. I need to look. Hold on, let me see. Here, let me see if I can put the Rumble link here. Okay, so this is the I'm gonna, how do I do this? I think I need to put it here and then put it on. Okay, everyone on YouTube should be able to see the Rumble link now. And then I was going to tell you about my Getter because I cannot go live apparently on Getter unless I have 1,000 followers there, and I have like 300 something. But I'm on Getter under Live Up to Freedom. That's my ID, Live Up to Freedom. Live Up to Freedom is my Getter account. So if you guys could follow me over on Getter, so I get to where I can start going live on Getter as well. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. I tried BitChute. It's just way too complicated. Honestly, their technology is not there yet. Kurt, that is a very good question. Kurt is asking, maybe this was a secret prisoner swap. But I would say, why secrets? I mean, that's a norm with our government. They're trading him like candies. So I don't know why they would. And here's the thing: even if it was a secret swap, why is his record gone? I go back to the fact that they have literally cleared out everything of his existence. I just realized, I don't know. I'm just going to say this before I wrap up. I've been looking at the comments on Frank's speech. Guys, if you have been making comments, I have not been able to see any of them. I do apologize. And if you want to continue watching this, as I said, you can move over to Rumble, Facebook, or YouTube. But I do need to say goodbye to all of our audience on Lindell TV because my 30-minute is up. Rest of everybody on every other platform, don't go anywhere. I'm going to take a 1-minute sponsor break and then come back, and then we can continue the discussion with this situation we have. Lindell TV audience, thank you so much as always for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't miss it. I have Robert Spencer with me tomorrow. So come back 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern time. Until then, stay safe, stay vigilant. God bless you and God bless America. The rest of my audience, stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Years ago, when I invented my pillow, I was faced with every adversity you could think of. No retailers wanted to sell my pillow. That's come full circle. Vendors took advantage of me, and I was copied by China. Well, by the grace of God, I was able to get through all that and learn from it. I have a passion to help other U.S. entrepreneurs, and that's why I created my new platform, mystore.com. We have hundreds of products from amazing entrepreneurs, and to celebrate, I'm going to put my pillows on mystore.com right now. You can get my standard My Pillows regularly $69.98, now only $19.98 with your promo code. Or you can get my standard queen size, regular $79.98, now only $29.98. Or you can get my premium king size, regularly $89.98, now only $34.98. So go to mystore.com and use that promo code on your screen to get huge discounts on all my store products. Thank you and God bless.
Awesome. Welcome back, everybody who stayed on other platforms. Let me quickly answer Tammy's question. I am on Truth Social, and looks like my handle is Live Up to Freedom on Truth Social. So let me just do this real quick, guys, because I have my cheat note here. You probably don't see what I'm showing you, but I can see it. So here are the places that you can find me under Live Up to Freedom handle: Gab, Getter, Truth Social, Telegram, Twitter, and Instagram. Live Up to Freedom. On YouTube or Rumble, Brighteon, you can find me under ACU News, or Annie Cyrus Unfiltered, ACU News. Bam, right there. That's where you can find me. Perfect. I am trying to be more, active on all platforms. Just bear with me. But again, if you could just follow me on Getter, that would be fabulous. On Gab, because these are the two places I'm trying to go live, but I need more followers to do that. Steven Crowder made a great video announcement. He is telling others not to sign contracts that demonetize them for getting a strike on YouTube. He recently left the Glenn Beck Blaze group. Good for him. Big fan of Steven Crowder. Been a guest on his show a few times. I do know that he left the Blaze group, or he is getting ready to leave Blaze. Yes. Thank you, Mike, for that information. Okay, back to it. So there we have it. We have a murderous ISIS soldier, Allah Akbar screaming guy out there. So watch your back. I personally would add to the alert of possible kidnapping, torturing, Islamic attack jihads. Now, before Christmas, I already said they're going to increase, which they have. But now we officially have this guy running around. I don't know where. And honestly, I really feel like it's if this is not making your skin crawl, is that what you say? Something must be wrong. Because when your government or regime is so boldly, literally doing things like that, knowing there won't be questions asked, I don't know. I really don't know how much farther do they need to go? How much darker do they need to go for American to be like, wait a minute? Like, honestly, this is the I don't know. Someone's asking why Crowder has not asked me back or get Robert Spencer on. I have no idea. I cannot answer that question. That's a question for Steven Crowder himself or his producers. But I am always open to going back on Crowder's program. He is good. I should give a shout out to our Rumble. I'm not seeing anyone making any comments on the live chat. I don't know if that's on my end error or something, but thank you guys. I was not expecting this many live audience on Rumble, being it first time I'm on Rumble. So thank you, Rumble audience, for joining. This is actually very encouraging. I am very, very happy. How many jihadi soldiers? Hold on, let me put this on the screen. If I can manage. How many jihadi soldiers do you believe are within our borders? Once they all have the right to sacrifice animals, we are next. Don't they consider us dogs? To answer your question of jihadi soldiers, I have estimated The actual trained members, I have estimated between 20 to 30,000. But as far as soldiers who will stand up and back up the army of jihadis, I have gone to almost, I believe, 100,000 to 150,000. As far as the population of whom will cheer or get involved and back the movement of full-on Islamization in America, I have estimated that more than 1 million. I can break that down in my logic, but that's where it is. Now, as far as them considering us dogs, no, actually, they don't. Oh, thank you for that information. I have to verify first to chat on Rumble. I have no idea how to do that, but I will. Oh, there you go. We just got our very first comment on Rumble. Hi, and thank you for welcoming me to Rumble. It is lovely to see your comment as well. This is all so new, but then at the same time, it's kind of cool. Okay. Now, oh, come on. You all know what I mean. You're all used to my accent. It's all right. I will work on pronouncing definition instead of definition. I will say definition. Okay, back to the dog thing. They don't consider us dogs. Within Quran by itself, the teaching of Quran, and then added the hadith from teaching of Muhammad and his life of Sirah. If you're a Jew, you're compared to pigs, apes and monkeys, because they were supposedly cursed by Allah. If you're a Christian, you are filthy, but you are a filthy human. Remember, as Christians, Muslims are allowed to give Christians the chance to come back to Islam. But remember, it's a comeback, because supposedly everybody was born a Muslim. Supposedly in Quran itself, the verse says Jesus was the prophet of Islam. Those who obeyed and bowed to Jesus admitted that we accept Allah and we are Muslims following you, Jesus. On that note, it was all born Muslims. Jews were cursed by Allah. By the way, if you're just jumping in, I am not saying any of this. These are what's in the Quran and teaching of Islam. I just realized somebody must just like hop in and like, you're nasty. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a teacher. Jews were cursed by Allah for crucifying Jesus, prophet of Islam. I need to be very clear on this because there's a lot of manipulation with this verse going around that, hey, we're backing Christians up. Allah cursed Jews because of Christians. The curse came when Jews crucified the prophet of Islam, Jesus Christ. Very different story, isn't it, from what we hear? But that's what it is in the Quran. Now, Christians betrayed Islam and became Christian. Then they became polytheists because of Trinity. And on that note, they are unbelievers, but they still get one chance to convert back to Islam and admit that Jesus is nothing but prophet of Islam, and Muhammad came after Jesus as final prophet or final messenger of Allah. Then they're fine. But if they refuse to do that, then they shall be killed as disbelievers. However, Christians nowhere in the Quran or the teaching are compared to animals, or they are filthy by reasoning of polytheism. Oh wow, that word just got me. Polytheism, of believing in Trinity. That's what it is. However, does that mean they're not going to kill Christians? Absolutely not. If you look into Middle East situation, the highest number of persecution is against Christians, underground churches, and pastors. Now, the reason for that, this is not about me picking sides. Please just hold on to your seats. Israel in Middle East is the safe haven for Jews, but there is no Christian country in Middle East for Christians. So they are spread across Islamic countries or half Islamic countries. Therefore, it is an easier target. A lot of them agree to pay the jizya, become second-class citizen, but then when they run out of money, because when you're a second-class citizen, there are certain jobs you cannot have. You cannot own your own business. You cannot take a loan out from bank. On that note, they very quickly run out of cash. They can't pay the jizya or second-class protection money. Then they face the music, convert or die. Those who convert, well, that's clear. Those who don't end up one way or another in prison. And then from there, the first chance the regime gets, they are killed. Hey, Kenneth. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And good afternoon, Caitlin. Kathleen. Okay, you see, I'm sorry. I always have problem between Kathy and Caitlin and Kathleen. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person. But you know who you are. From Massachusetts. Oh, I need to talk Massachusetts one of these days on my live stream. Watch out. I don't know what you guys are doing in Massachusetts, but Massachusetts is getting bad. Really bad. Expect some serious Sharia start pushing within your state laws. Yes, they are. Let me put this question on a screen as I answer it. So, in the hadith told by Muhammad is that the last day will not arrive until the day Muslims fight the Jews. On the last day, the Jews will hide behind stones, and the stone will talk and say, "Oh, believer," in parentheses, Muslim, "there's a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill it." That is where the last day comes. And you are very correct on that. It is a hadith, a very reliable hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari, where all the 5 major Islamic scholar schools teach from. That is absolutely not a problem, Karen. That is why I'm here, to talk about everything Islam that nobody else will talk about, because they either don't want to be killed or have 12 bounties on their head, or they don't know. So don't worry, I'm here. Our other Carol said that she believed that they never really, the Muslims don't believe that Jesus was crucified. They do on the on the verse in the Quran where the cursing of Jews comes to, refers to the crucifying the messenger of Allah. On that very specific verse, actually, how about this? Next week, because next 2 days I have guests on my show, but next week I'll work with you on a screen with those verses. But the verse itself doesn't actually name Jesus. It doesn't say the Arabic name, Isa. It doesn't name Jesus, but the following verses is where Jesus comes up, referring to that. So they do believe that he was crucified by Jews. It's kind of interesting that there's no mention of Romans at all. It's just all Jews. It was all Jews, which is a discussion for another time. Okay. Yes. Okay. Me in St. Louis 7th, I think. I know that's 5th. I don't know. Anyways, on YouTube, we're having a little bit of a fun over here with the pronunciations. And yes, you know what I call my Farsi accent? I call it Finglish. Where I pronounce English word with Farsi accent, it's called Finglish. Like I just do it Finglish way. It's kind of easier. It comes to me naturally. Did I ever mention? I know I'm kind of getting sidetracked, which I'm very good at getting sidetracked. But did I ever mention like the biggest challenge? Okay, top two absolute biggest challenge of me learning English. Number one Imagine I come from a language that we write from right to left. Now I had to train my brain to go the opposite direction, right from left to right, or read from, like, to this day when I grab a book, sometimes if I'm just quickly grabbing it to dig something, I automatically open it from the end of the book. I'm like, oh no, wait, this is English. We got to open it from the Farsi end of the book. That was the biggest challenge. And then the second challenge was Farsi is an absolute language of pronounce what you see. Whatever is written in there, you pronounce it. And then I had to adjust to the fact that there are some things in English with absolutely no rules or regulation that just changes pronunciation. Sometimes it's silence, like, it's not ex Knoxville, it's just Knoxville. That's just is, like, somebody just put a K there. My favorite of all time, Montgomery. The first time I saw the word Montgomery, I said Montgomery. My friend's like, what did you just call it? I'm like, Montgomery. She's like, it's Montgomery. I'm like, damn, what is all of that doing in there? So that was the second challenge. Do not pronounce everything you see. And it's still sometimes you do pronounce everything that's in front of me until someone either corrects me or something. Okay. Oh, it says one of my stream is having connection issues. Where is the connection issue? Sorry, guys. Somewhere we're having connection issues. Don't leave. My program is working on it. Let me quickly scan and see if there's any. Excuse me. Any comments I need to cover here? Yes, Finglish. We do Finglish. Okay. Now back to last few minutes of this stream today. I will bring those verses of Quran. I've done videos on them before, but I will redo those parts because it is important, even if you're not a Christian. I have always said it is very important to know the lies. See, when an imam or a Muslim or a mufti or a leader, whatever, comes and says Christians hate us, even though we believe in the same thing, it is very important to correct them. Which is number one, they don't hate you, they're retaliating towards your hate and absolute mission of killing them. Always keep that in mind. Either you are a Christian or not, or you're a Jew or not. Whenever Muslims or Islamic leaders claim that Jewish country or Christian countries or Jewish people or Christian people hate Muslims, always make sure to remind them that until Islam arrived, nobody was killing anybody over their faith. When Muhammad decided to behead 800 Jews in one night, 800 Jews in one night, that is when Jews had no choice but to retaliate. We are reacting to your actions. None of our books ever said to go and behead people simply because they disagree with you, except Quran. Your book is the one that teaches the hatred and teaches the killing and teaches, because they will argue back this way. Quran never says kill Jews or Christians. The Quran says kill non-believers in war. If you're at war with them, you got to kill them. So here's your counter, or here's your response. Number one, Quran says kill non-believers. The same Quran says Christians are non-believers because they're polytheists for believing in Trinity. Quran says Jews are non-believers because they betrayed the complete orders of Allah, and instead of following the messenger of Islam, Jesus Christ, they killed messenger of Islam. And they're right there. Allah cursed them into apes and monkeys as to be the most filthy existence on earth. Here's the answer to whenever it says disbelievers, it is referring to Christians and Jews. Number two, even if your Quran does say, even though it doesn't, but even if we say for sake of argument that 51% of your Quran says kill or convert non-believers, therefore you do not apply the word religion to your Quran, because Quran supposedly says there is no compulsion in religion. If there is no compulsion, why do you kill those who don't agree with Allah and Muhammad? Bam. Just some of the things I say. I figured you might want to say some of that too. peoples. I missed it, but someone asked how am I feeling. This cold is definitely getting much better. I can hear myself proper. I'm not echoed or muffled anymore. So it's much better. And I haven't had any fever in 2 days. So um Franklin says show post on locals is turned off. Give me a day or two to finish up my locals account. It is I'm still figuring it out. By latest Friday, my locals account is going to be ready to go. I will have my intro video there for you guys. Anyone who wants to join my locals, it's americansfirst.local.com, and the concentration there will be emphasizing on constitution. We're going to have a lot of call to action, and I'm going to do a lot of breakdown of why Sharia cannot coexist with constitution. So that's what my local page is going to be mainly about. americansfirst.local.com. And one more time to remind you, I do have a Give Send Go account. It's givesendgo.com/LUTF, where I am reaching out and asking for support, monthly support, to keep these broadcastings going. Where was I? I'm sure I was somewhere good. Oh, look! Yay! I have comments coming. Sorry, I finally got the Rumble thing to work. Awesome. Few people switching from Facebook to Rumble. That is absolutely great news. Did she? I didn't know. I have a comment on Rumble that says Dr. Shiva ran for Senate against Elizabeth Warren, Massachusetts. Yeah, we got to do something about that, Elizabeth Warren guy. Anyhow, did I do all the plugs? Oh, again, and mypillow.com, mystore.com, promo code AC21. If you do that, you get up to 60% discount on your purchase, and I get a generous portion of your purchase as commission, if we call it. And then there's my artist store. Did I show you my brand new table clock? This is really cool. See all of those colors? I think this came out really nice. And the back of it is simply just golden blue, if you can see it on camera. One of my current available items, lutfstudio.com, guys. lutfstudio.com, promo code Frank, and boom, you get discount. I get support to continue doing what I do. And last but not least, end of February, early March, I will be doing 2 live stream a day. One at this time spot, one between 5 and 6, or 6 to 7 p.m. in the afternoon. Yes, thank you. I don't have my lemonade clock here. I made a lemonade clock. Well, it's a bicycle, but the colors are lemonade color or lemon lime colors. That was fun to make. Oh, we can have that. Well, thank you, Franklin, for being my very first follower on Locals, and hopefully we encourage everybody else to join us on Locals as well. I need to conclude before hopping off here. Again, remember, every single day, Monday through Friday, I will be right here at 2:30 p.m. Central Time to 3:30 p.m. So even if you don't get notification, just come on the page. I will be here. Unless something is major happening that I can do a live feed, which I highly doubt that's going to be the case. If it is, I'll make the announcement. Go to Rumble, subscribe to my Rumble channel, and go to Getter and follow my page so I can start going live on Getter. I need 1,000 followers. I am 700 followers short. Come on, we can get 700 people over there, right? Okay, I need to get back to it. So, we have a missing, crazy, murderous ISIS soldier out there that I will absolutely keep my eyes on. I will personally be one of the people who's going to call the Federal Bureau of Prisons because I need answers. I don't, as an ex-Muslim fighting Islamization in America who has 12 bounties on her head, I am not feeling comfortable with this guy out there. So I will be making as much noise as I can, and I ask you to do the same. Pennsylvania, contact your representatives in Pennsylvania. This happened in Pennsylvania. Oh boy, don't you guys have that crazy guy? What's his name? The senator? I can't remember his name. Anyways, contact him. It's like, hey, guess what? Nice job. You have a murderous out there somewhere. I will as I said, tomorrow I will be joined by Robert Spencer. So come on in and bring your questions for one and only Robert Spencer of jihadwatch.org. We're going to be discussing a lot of Islamization, but outside of that, we're also going to talk Featherman. Thank you, Karen. Yes, contact Featherman. We're going to definitely discuss a lot of corruption as well. So that's for tomorrow. I don't have the confirmation my Friday, but I will announce that tomorrow as soon as I have the confirmation of my guest for Friday. And I will next week, either Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to bring those verses of Quran. That was a good discussion. Karen, thank you for starting it. Thank you for bringing it up. However, they didn't need, back to your original question, they did not need the law approving a slaughter of animals for them to come after us. They've been slaughtering and killing non-Muslims for 1400 years. In America, they've been doing it for a very long time. From September 11 to Boston Marathon bombing to the shooting of Florida to San Bernardino, and many, many more. They don't, you see, that's the beauty of Sharia. Muhammad says you shall follow the law of the land and your leader until the law goes against words of Allah. In that case, words of Allah or Sharia will become superior to law of the land. I will bring you the number of that hadith as well. When you follow Sharia, Sharia will always be superior to any other law. They don't follow our laws. So, how many Islamic crusaders were there? I don't know if I can if I'm understanding. You mean how many crusaders against Islam? Is that what you're asking me? Or how many Islamic crusaders, meaning how many Islamic jihads that took place? If you clarify that, Carol, for me, I'll be more than happy to try to address it. Yeah, and yes, I agree. We need to take action. We need to, part of the actions we need to take is getting educated. As I've said, it is so very not hard to counter and fight Islamization if you know the twist. If you don't know the twist, it becomes very complicated. They can easily manipulate the truth. That's where I feel obligated to teach you about everything Islam. It is not a fun topic, but I do my best to make it as fun as I can, but being sarcastic and making bad jokes, of course. But getting educated is one step. Getting involved is another. Like today, you know what happened. Pick up the phone. If you're close by in Pennsylvania, knock at doors, whatever it takes. Do not let this one go unnoticed like a lot of other stuff. This is the scariest stuff. Oh, okay. You are asking about Islamic jihads or battles, as they call it. Carol, actually, no one knows the exact number. During time of Muhammad himself, when he was alive and he was doing his, because they don't call it crusades, they're called Islamic jihad or Islamic battles. That's why I was a little confused. During Muhammad himself, he carried 13 battles, Khadr and Badr being the most popular one of them being the beheading of 800 Jews. But from in last 1400 years, there have been unknown counts of battles. It goes under way too many different categories. There's the genocide battles, for example, the Armenians by hands of Turkish people, Muslim Osmani Turkish Caliphate. That's one genocide. They just have many, many different categories. There are the Islamic genocides or the Islamic battles that Muhammad called them. There's Islamic jihad that could be anything from the most recent Islamic attack all the way to September 11, variety of numbers in between. However, bottom line is there is no exact and specific number. I will, on one of my shows, bring you the battles versus genocide versus jihad to the best of knowledge of public and history. Guys, I can't believe I'm out of time. I gotta run. You're all awesome. Remember, liveuptofreedom.com, liveuptofreedom.com. I am on Rumble, so find me over there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Getter. Help me get enough numbers to go live on Getter. And then lutfstudio.com is where you can purchase my art. givesendgo.com/LUTF is where you can do funding, like just donation support, and join my community of Americans First on Locals by going to americansfirst.local.com. I will put all of this information on the homepage of my website soon as well. As always, you stay safe, stay vigilant. Remember, pick up the phone, make a noise, tell everybody, tell your neighbors some Islamist jihadi who has kidnapped, tortured, and killed people is now out there. We don't know where, but he's out there. His record doesn't exist. Let's make some noise about this, huh? Maybe we can get some answers. I will be here tomorrow with Robert Spencer of jihadwatch.org. So see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye.